Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us this Thursday. I'm Jeanelle Slade.
And I'm Jay Cohn, sitting in for Russ Riesinger tonight. An update for you on what a lack of water can do as it shuts down an entire school.
Now, despite school leaders working feverishly to fix a broken water main, winter break has begun a little early for the kids in Colstrip.
The entire Colstrip School District closed today due to a broken water main.
Crews are hard at work because the sooner a fix, the sooner students can get back to class.
Q2's David Jay has the latest for us tonight on the repairs. David?
Well, Jay, Jeanelle, students in Colstrip will not go to school tomorrow. The crews have found a way to get water to the Colstrip Public Schools, but are waiting for parts to connect with another source from the city. Custodians found that problem around 6 o'clock last night. Broken water main caused damage to 6 classrooms and the kitchen at the high school. So lunches also cannot be made for the elementary and middle schools. The cause is not known, and once the parts arrive, the superintendent expects that all 3 schools will be open.
We're teaming with the city and bringing the water source in from a different direction. It'll be temporary. It'll be above ground, and it'll hook into our current system. A different spigot, so to speak, fitting into our system, and we'd be able to bring the water in through the other side of the school. That would provide us the water needed, absolutely.
And Bob Lewandowski says he will know on Friday if the schools will open on Monday. He says, well, this affects classes, sports teams will still be able to travel tomorrow. Janelle?
All right, thanks, David. Well, after mishandling tribal funds, the former president of the Northern Cheyenne tribe will now spend the next 6 months in federal prison. LJ's Killsback submitted travel vouchers multiple times for the same expenses for trips he took between 2014 and 2017, resulting in federal charges of wire fraud and conspiracy. Now, he learned his sentence today in Billings in a federal courtroom. Killsback must also pay back $25,000 to the federal government and serve 3 years of supervised release. Now, Killsback was ousted by the Northern Cheyenne Tribal Council in 2017, then won his seat back in a 2018 special election. In October, however, 2018, he resigned suddenly, citing clashes with the tribe's legislative branch.
Tonight, more details surrounding Wednesday's police standoff in South Billings. 36-year-old Darren Whiteman was wanted for an armed robbery of a Billings gas station last month where a clerk was shot in the arm. Well, after several hours of negotiating, the Billings SWAT team had to use tear gas to force Whiteman out of the trailer home, which is located along Maloney Lane. Tonight, we can tell you that Whiteman is being held at the Yellowstone County Jail on $250,000 bond.
Well, members of the House Judiciary Committee are expected to vote on the articles of impeachment against President Trump soon.
Yeah, they're in their second day of heated debate, pretty much split along party lines. Natalie Brand is on Capitol Hill tonight with more.
Democrats and Republicans on the House Judiciary Committee have spent the day clashing over articles of impeachment as they near an historic vote.
This is the highest of high crimes, and President Trump must be held accountable.
President Trump did nothing wrong. As we've sat here today, each and every action of the president has been explained.
Article 1 in this resolution ignores the truth.
Republicans tried for hours to change or throw out the articles, but Democrats had the votes to block their attempts.
The amendment is not agreed to.
The two sides remain bitterly divided as they debate sending the articles of impeachment to the full House. The charges, abuse of power and obstruction of Congress in connection with the president's dealings with Ukraine and congressional investigation that followed.
We have the president's own words. I want you to do us a favor, though.
They can't make a crime. They hold back to the fact that we can impeach him for anything, and that's what they've done.
The Judiciary Committee is expected to approve the articles along party lines, setting up a full House vote likely next week. Democratic leaders have said they're confident they have the votes, even though several members have said they're still weighing their decision.
This is a vote that people will have to come to their own conclusion on, and the facts are clear. Irrefutable, in fact.
If it goes over to the Senate, I don't think it should have to last that long because there are no facts there to uphold impeachment.
White House lawyers met with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell Thursday as the Republican-controlled Senate prepares for a possible trial at the start of the year. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And CBS News has learned that the president is considering adding attorney Alan Dershowitz to his personal legal team if impeachment moves to a trial in the Senate.
On to the weather scene now. Bob, you have some impressive video you're going to share with us. It's an important reminder about ice safety.
Exactly. Sublette County sheriffs were called to a lake today over in Daniels, Wyoming. Take a look at this. What was in the lake was a deer had fallen through the ice, and they had to use their rodeo skills to lasso the deer and get the deer out of the lake. As you can see, that's what happened there. And so this got us thinking, a good time to think about getting on the ice and stuff like that. So let me show you a little guide we have for you. If the ice is less than 2 inches thick, you don't go on and just keep off it. If you're going to be ice fishing, it needs to be 4 inches thick. If you're going to be using snowmobiles and ATVs, it needs to be 5 to 6 inches thick. If you're going to be in small cars or small trucks, 8 to 12 inches thick. And if you're going to be in those medium, big old Dodge Ram trucks, it's going to need to be 12 to 15 inches thick. That's what is safe. So if you're going to go out ice fishing, you got to make sure that ice has got pretty cold. It's got to be pretty cold for a while, and it's got to get pretty thick just to hold your weight. We'll have more of your weekend forecast coming up in a few more minutes.
All right. Thanks so much, Bob.
Today in Livingston, high school students got a visitor from out of this world, literally.
NASA astronaut Christina Cook made a special stop to Park High School via webcam from the International Space Station. Now, her mission to visit with a room filled with about 500 students and a lineup of Science Olympiad members. Now, she answered questions and demonstrated how water works in space and even how astronauts exercise.
Now, keep in mind, she is familiar with the Livingston area. She is from Livingston, and some of her friends from the area also stood by as she represented Montana from orbit.
Hello to everyone. Thank you so much for coming out. I wish I could see you all there, but I can imagine the support is, I can feel it from up here. I wanted to thank you, Natalie, for this awesome Montana shirt and the Park High Rangers sticker.
It's really awesome. I've always had a passion for space. I do a lot of spacey activities, and I do some NASA summer camp.
It's really incredible to see somebody that's from this community go so far and literally is orbiting the Earth out of this world.
Cook also had a chance to talk with the students about her recent historic achievement, which was being a part of the first all-women spacewalk.
Wow. Well, an update tonight about a Montana dog who's embarking on a trip of a lifetime just in time for a Christmas reunion. Zeus was stolen from his home in Butte back in October and wasn't found until months later, all the way in West Virginia. But now Zeus is heading out on a 4-day, 2,000-mile, 30-leg road trip to get back to the mining city and his family. Now, thanks to the work of countless volunteers, the best Christmas present isn't coming by sleigh, but instead lots and lots of vehicles.
Billings Clinic and Rimrock Mall hitched a sleigh to deliver Christmas to some little patients this morning.
Ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Santa himself taking time from hearing all the Christmas lists out at the Rimrock Mall to visit with pediatric patients up at the clinic. Children each received a special gift from Santa and also had the chance to share their holiday wish list. Big Sky Santa Claus has been visiting children in the pediatric unit for more than 20 years, hoping to bring a smile to young patients who have chronic diseases and other illnesses.
Coming up next on tonight's 10 o'clock news, taking care of babies by taking care of their moms. Check out the latest push from the White House.
Plus, the music might be the same, but check out what has changed to keep bringing the Nutcracker to life for decades.
Hi everybody, I'm Scott Breen back in Las Vegas. We are down to the final 3 rounds of your National Finals Rodeo. Coming up in sports, we'll meet a couple of new Montana cowboys. They're travel partners, and they're pretty funny.
You're watching MTN News with Janelle Slade and Russ Riesinger. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Breen. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.